Thank you, Sally. It's sweet to have Sally introduce me. When I was told that Sally was going to introduce me, I thought, oh good, my good friend Sally's introducing me. What I thought I would do, originally I thought I was going to kind of walk you through some slides that is our Social Security seminar. One in particular we just did a few weeks ago, and we'll have another one coming up in a few weeks. We're also, just FYI, going back into the Home and Garden Show. So we're going to have a booth at the Home and Garden Show on this topic, how to maximize your Social Security. There's lots of things we can talk about, but this is a very hot topic. This is an appropriate topic for anybody over 50. And if you haven't already exercised your Social Security. So what I thought I would do is I brought in their names, of course, I won't give you, but I brought in some examples of the types of people we've talked to and the things that we're doing for them from the seminar we just did. So I thought that that might be very topical and direct on the different dynamic needs that people have when they're looking at maximizing Social Security. And what are we really talking about? What we're talking about is maximizing the amount of income that you can generate to guarantee some retirement. And you know, the first thing that we used to do, our parents or our grandparents used to do, is they used to work for companies for a long period of time, a lot longer than we do today, hence we're all self-employed, and they used to get pensions. So a certain percentage of their income was guaranteed post-retirement. Maybe it's 40%, maybe it's 60%. In some cases, firemen, whatever, you know, based on age and number of years of service, you know, they're getting 80–90% of their income, maybe even more, guaranteed for the rest of their life. Well, it used to be, back then, most people only lived about 3 years past retirement. So when companies guaranteed pensions and the Social Security Board guaranteed your Social Security, they were basically figuring on only paying on it for just a handful of years. And that's not a burden to a system. Unfortunately, and fortunately for us today, but unfortunately for that thinking, is we are living 20, 25, 30 years past retirement, or even more. If you were to buy life insurance on one of your kids today, their life expectancy is well into the 90s. That's the actuarial tables by the life insurance companies. And when it comes to life insurance companies and betting on how old they think you're going to live to, trust me, nobody knows how to calculate life expectancy like a life insurance company. So in any case, this particular couple came in, and Sandy is 64 years old, still working, and her husband, David, is 80 years old, not working. He's long since taken his Social Security, and she has not. So they came to the seminar. In their particular case, they have not a lot of guaranteed income. They have no pensions. His Social Security is $1,800 a month, and it goes up a little bit, cost of living adjustment. The COLA adjustment right now is running around 2%, averages between 2–2.5 on your Social Security. But it's not guaranteed, by the way. Cost of living adjustment is not guaranteed. And in their particular case, if she took her Social Security now, she qualifies, versus waiting while she's still working, that would have an effect, if she lived to the age of 85, a difference of $288,720. So when you take Social Security, and the strategy by which taking Social Security is dramatic. That's just for Sandy. In her case, They had, she has $178,000 in her IRA from a previous 401k rollover, and they have about $200,000 equity in their home, and that's it. So there's not a lot of income. She's definitely going to have to work till the age of 70 at least. We're recommending, if she does do that, to maximize her Social Security, to defer it for all those years. It will grow, and she will get also the cost of living. And her Social Security, what she feels she needs is about $5,000 a month of guaranteed income with their combined Social Security and what we suggested. Actually, I take that back. She also had a $77,000 variable annuity that's matured. So she had about $178,000 in her 401k that rolled over into the market, stayed in the market, is just now her IRA, and a $77,000 IRA that was in a variable annuity. So what we recommended is to take roughly half of that money, $125,000, and put it into an income rider, which is a specific product that we're very high on when you're looking to generate guaranteed income and you still want control of the principal. And with that, we can get her income to a guaranteed over $6,000 a month. She'll still have half her money available to her to do whatever she wants or continue to be in some of it in the market if she chooses, and meet their $5,000 monthly need. Now, the one variable for this couple is her still working and how much she makes. We didn't factor that in because we don't have any control over that. So that's just one couple. This particular couple's kind of on the other end of the spectrum. Okay, this gentleman is 66 years old. He has not taken his Social Security yet. He's a CEO or a partner in a accounting firm. And the most interesting fact on this guy was he's a CFO of Enron. Post their problems. Okay, so I found that pretty fascinating. Really great guy, actually, just a terrific guy. In his particular case, if he and his wife take their Social Security now, as opposed to him deferring his and her taking hers off of his, so he suspends, he files and suspends. So there's different ways of filing. Like I said, there's 567 different ways a couple can take Social Security. And the best way for you or for any couple is determined based on what your income is, what kind of pension, what kind of other sources you have, as to how far you want to defer, when to take it, and how to combine when you take it, when she takes it, you know, the husband takes it, when the wife takes it, etc. So there's all kinds of combinations. The best fit is the one that's best for you, not necessarily just I'll wait to the bitter end and we'll both take it at age 70. Okay? In their particular case, okay, thanks. In their particular case, seriously, was that my 2-minute warning? Yeah. Okay. In their particular case, he said he's got, this is just kind of discretionary. He's got $2.5 million in the market that he likes playing with. He off of that he makes $80,000 roughly in dividends a year. And the difference in deferring Social Security would be roughly about $152,000. Again, that's based on them living to the age 85. So not a huge difference if he took it now, but that's still a difference. He doesn't need it, so he might as well defer it. He's asked us to move $500,000 into an income rider that guarantees income off the $500,000. But I've actually proposed $1.5 million. He's getting $80,000 in dividend stocks. Obviously, they're at risk if the market crashes. He's already in retirement age. $1.5 million, by the way, in 4 years would guarantee him, out of his $2.5 million that are in the market right now, would guarantee him $121,000 a year. So absolutely guaranteed to death. So about 90,000 if he took it in 1 year. So here's a guy who's got all kinds of great options, right? He can leave it in the market. He's got some money in real estate. He's got, but he and his wife are coming in to kind of decide how they want to do it. He's asked us to move 500,000. I'm proposing 1.5 million because it's actually 40,000 more than his dividend stock, and he completely eliminates of the 2.5 million, 1.5 million of risk. So those are just two examples on either end of the spectrum. One couple kind of riding the razor's edge on how much and how they can generate income. The other couple is a guy who still is a partner in an accounting firm's got a couple of $1 million+ in an account, $500,000 of cash that he said do something with, and of course they own other stuff. So everything in between. We deal with everybody on any level that we can help. Obviously, there's things we can do if you're pre-50, just not for Social Security planning. Any questions?
Yeah, where were you when I needed you? Will you doing another seminar on Social Security like you did similarly?
I do. We have one planned for September 9th at the Mission Viejo Library. And then after that, we'll go away from the Mission Viejo Library and we'll probably come up to Cerritos or Cypress, or we'll bounce around.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll be having one in San Diego here soon. We have one up in Northern California going on in September as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
There used to be a situation that we used to recommend to clients where if they had been married for more than 10 years and one of them is taking early retirement, the spouse can claim a share of their early retirement for their own.
That's exactly right. That's a great option, by the way, and that's a really viable option for a lot of people. They can take some of the spouse's Social Security, and it's also determined on who gets more and why you would do that, of which one's deferring and which one's taking. So that's a great option where you take some of it, the other one suspends theirs and defers, and again, we're recommending best case scenario for that couple based on their needs. So now, truthfully, some people need to take it early, and that's just the way it is, and that's fine because they need that income and they need it as soon as possible. So you just never really know until you look at their situation. But yes, that's an excellent strategy and very common. Yeah. Any other questions?
One more question. So for those of us who are self-employed, is it true that part of the Social Security equation is based on what you pay in the last, whatever, 10 years?
35 years. It's a 35-year average.
Oh, a 35-year average.
Yeah.
And is there an income, a W-2 income level over which it's maxed out? So is there like an upper cap that even if you make more than that, you're never going to get more Social Security back?
Yeah, I mean, the percentage with the Social Security Board is up to, generally it's about $2,500, and then it goes up based on how long you want to defer it and that type of stuff. It's not like unlimited based on income. Also, the taxes are pretty high when you have other income, and you can give a lot of it back to Uncle Sam. But that's just something you can't control. Taxes are taxes, and Uncle Sam's our partner, and there's nothing we can do about that. But well, I mean about Social Security. There's lots you can do about taxes. Trust me. Yeah.
You're always talking about decisions beforehand. What if you're already taking it?
Yeah. If you're within 1 year of having taken it, we can put the toothpaste back in the tube. Okay? If you're after 1 year, you're stuck. So thank you for asking that. All right. Angie let me help her recently, so I have this.
Oh my God.
Thank you for Angie.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
It's breakable.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very welcome.